Hi, Dr. Pat McGuire here. I just saw an article on the internet on Yahoo News about a woman who found out her child was diagnosed with Oppositional Defiant Disorder, which for initials is ODD. I always hate that diagnosis because it doesn't explain what's happening in the child. Yes, it does say the child is irritable, argumentative, maybe defiant, and has lasted at least 6 months or more. But it doesn't answer the why behind the behavior. Now, the article did go on to say that for a number of these children, the why behind the behavior deals with traumas in the family, maybe divorce, separation, even official trauma, someone was injured, hurt, domestic violence. But it still doesn't go to why some of these children act out in this way and others don't. Now, I can tell you that if I was born today, I would be very close to being diagnosed as oppositional defiant disorder myself, because my mother said I was a very strong-willed child. Well, in those days, it was, again, the same symptoms, but they just labeled it differently. And what I know from myself and from the thousands of kids I've worked with, many of whom would have been labeled ODD if I so chose, but they have behind them those 3 layers that help explain what's going on. And I know from the research in the literature and looking at my own patient population that 2/3 of the children labeled as oppositional defiant disorder actually have anxiety as the background behind their oppositionality. They need to know why things are happening, why to them, why now, and why this way. And excuse me if you hear my cat meowing in the background. He's asking why he can't be in here, but that's because he'd be in the camera. But when we ask why, it's because we don't understand. It's because it makes us uncomfortable. When you go look at temperament, the why kids are the ones that are slow to adapt to change. They have trouble with transitions and different schedules from what they anticipated or what feels comfortable, what makes sense. And so they get more stressed. They may get a little more rude, as many of these kids do, as they stressfully say, but why? Why do you want me to do that? Why should I have to do that? Why now? Why this way? Why can't I do it the way I want to do it? And those are valid questions. If an adult was asking that, hopefully they'd get a sound answer, not just because I said so or because I'm the boss. But that's what kids get. And then if they finally get forced into doing it the way the adult wants it, and it doesn't turn out correctly, they feel justified in telling the adults, see, if you'd let me do it my way. And so they don't take ownership of what's happening because they don't feel that they own the results because they didn't have a voice in the decision making. Now, I know a lot of adults say, well, it shouldn't be their decision to make, but if we want children to be able to be self-reliant, independent, and confident, we have to help them learn how to make decisions, how to decide options. If we don't, then yeah, they won't take ownership of what happens because they feel like it was done around them, not by them. So over the next week, look at any kids you're dealing with and see if you are feeling tempted to, or in some way are answering why questions with a who answer. And in case you didn't know, a who answer is because I'm the parent, because I'm the teacher, because I'm the adult, because I said so. And expect them to look back at you like, okay, you're a little bit addled there. You don't know what you're saying because I know who you are and who said it. I'm asking why you said it. So look at if you're doing that and then figure out how to answer their why questions. Because by answering their why questions, you teach them how other people think and problem solve. And that's what we want kids to be able to do. We want them to be able to problem solve. We want them to be able to collaborate. We want them to be able to understand how other people think in order to be empathetic. So I want you to do that. I want you to think about how to answer the why questions. And if you ask me why, it's because I said so.